And then we've got Sarah, hi from Northumberland. It's been a bright, breezy day. And Hilly, hello all, I'm in Oxford, tired and eager to join this evening. And good evening, world, from East Yorkshire. It's nice. And Hazel, evening from a very windy east coast of Scotland. Yeah, you've really had a lot of weather recently up there. And Kim, hi everybody from a cold and windy Birchington-on-Sea. Naomi, hello from what was a very sunny Cambridge today. And Lynn, good evening to all from Lynn and Herefordshire. Kerry from New Jersey, USA, love to all. And Bronwyn, hello from High Wycombe. Lovely to be with you all this evening. Jonathan, hi from St. Louis, Missouri. Calm before a winter storm ahead here. And hi everyone, I'm Jacqueline. My first time here, I'm in Kent. So really a special welcome to you, Jacqueline, and anyone else, if it's your first time, a special welcome to you. And yeah, just welcome to the space. It's a very, very sort of generous space with all these people coming together just to have a quiet meditation together. I feel we're all very generous to one another with our presence and with the giving of ourselves. Hilary from Chatham in Kent. Nick, love to all from Nick in Surrey. Rotten, anxious day. Oh, really sorry to hear that. And hopefully this evening will help bring about a little bit of calm. Okay, so about to turn my chat off, but we've got Tracy. Hello all from Wrexham in North Wales. So I'm going to turn my chat box off now and concentrate on just being here with you all, taking you all in. Yeah, so I'm still up in Snowdonia and we're going home tomorrow after being here since early January, so about 4 or 5 weeks. And yeah, it's been very beautiful. This morning there was an amazing rainbow, absolutely beautiful rainbow. And yeah, I'll also be very happy to be back in the comforts of my own home. So it's a kind of more physically testing environment up here, which I kind of love. You know, I love weather. I love the wilds, but it'll also be nice to be in my very comfy little bungalow again tomorrow, or Sona and I going back together. And Sona's just sitting across there today. He's quietly reading his book.
Hello, everyone.
And I think he's going to join in the meditation in a moment. And he's saying, hello, everyone. You might not have heard that because I've got the headset on. Okay, so I was thinking, what should we do tonight? And a few weeks ago, I did a meditation where we played around with how do we relate to our discomfort in a way that's helpful. And I know many of us are here because we've got discomfort. Many people with physical health conditions, disabilities, or maybe you're here just for the discomfort of life. You know, life is an uncomfortable business for, well, all of us at one point or another, and some of us quite a lot of the time. So how can we learn to work with that in our meditation? I think is very, very important. And in a way, the worst thing we can do is just shut it out. You know, we think we're going to meditate, we want to be all happy and have a lovely time, so we just close the door on the discomfort. And as soon as we do that, we've got tension. As soon as we do that, we've got resistance because we're putting a lot of effort into keeping something out. So that's not great. Neither is it great to get overwhelmed by whatever's unpleasant. You know, that we don't want that either. We don't want to be falling headfirst into overwhelm. So there's this kind of art of finding a middle way between denial and overwhelm. And that's something that we can do in our meditation practice. So I thought we'd explore that again tonight. And generally speaking, if you notice you're a bit numb and cut off, then to soften and release and soften and release, and just see if we can bring a bit more interest and engagement into what's going on. And if we're feeling overwhelmed, then we broaden our awareness. So if the only thing that you've got in your awareness is the pain, then actively seek out other things. There'll be other parts of your body that aren't hurting. the senses, smells, sounds, and so on. Contact with the body and the chair. So it's very interesting to learn how to calibrate our awareness so that we train ourselves to know how to be with discomfort in a more wise and more compassionate way. Yeah. So if I was to act this out, quite enjoy doing this sort of little kind of drama. So here's the pain, discomfort, whatever it is. This is the metaphor for that, which is my hand. And if we're suppressing it and pushing it away, we're doing that, and then we're trying to get on with our life over here. So we're putting a lot of effort into go away, and then we get a bit kind of hectic over here, often sort of trying to have a good life, go away, trying to have a good life. So we got this tension and strain of suppression and avoidance, and then trying to keep very active and busy to try to run away from this thing, but this thing is here. Yeah, so that's not really that good a strategy. And then, of course, overwhelm is where the pain comes, and that's all there is. So I call this the octopus on the face. So we're going through life, and the pain is the only thing we can see going around our life. And yeah, I quite often talk about that being the octopus. You'll never forget that, most probably. And you'll never forget having seen me do that. And you can think to yourself, oh, yes, I got the octopus on the face today, when we're just really overwhelmed. So we don't want that. And I think it's more that we're not doing that, pushing it away. It's more like we're letting the pain in to our awareness with kindness, with tenderness. We're treating ourselves the way we'd naturally treat a loved one who is hurting. But it's taking place within this broader awareness of other things as well. So the pain is here, and then other things are also here. And we're finding this middle way between pushing away and overwhelm. Yeah, so we're going to have a little bit of a go at that tonight. And what you'll probably find is most of the time you're veering either towards blocking it, resisting it, or you're tipping into a little bit of overwhelm. You might have some mental states like, oh my God, I can't bear this. Maybe I ought to stop meditating now. And then you notice that, that's an overwhelmed thought, broaden, rest, drop back. Then you start getting a bit numb, so you come closer. So meditation is quite dynamic. Sometimes people think meditation is quite a sort of static, blank state. But I would like to suggest that meditation is quite an active quality of awareness, where we know what's going on, and then we're adjusting our sort of breadth and focus depending on what's required. So maybe a metaphor is sailing a boat. And I have to say here, I've never sailed a boat. But if I see people sailing a boat, it looks like, the boat's, say, a racing yacht, so beautiful. They're just going across the sea, but there's lots of little adjustments going on in order for that boat to sail smoothly across the ocean. So it's a little bit like we make little adjustments to our breadth, our focus, our breathing. Do we need to drop deeper in the body? Do we need to raise our awareness a bit if we're sleepy? If we're very in our head, do we need to go lower? If we're blocking, do we need to come closer? If we're overwhelmed, we need to broaden. And it becomes this very beautiful, kind of delicate, even exquisite kind of dance between our awareness and our experience. Okay, good. So let's have a go at this, shall we? So Eileen's saying in the chat box, today I had an octopus on my face. Funny, but very clear metaphor. That's an interesting point there, you see. I make it funny very intentionally because humor can also really help. So you can sort of laugh at yourself when you think, oh, I've got the octopus on the face, because we get very serious when we're overwhelmed, very understandably. But learning to bring some humor to our experience is also very helpful. Okay, so I won't say anything else. Let's begin the practice. And choosing whether you want to sit or lie down, it's completely up to you. The main thing is looking for a position where we're as comfortable as possible and yet alert. And I've got a beautiful poem from Rumi. He's this wonderful Sufi poet. And it's about It's about being with the discomfort, being with our pain, rather than running away. So it goes like this. Don't run away from grief, O soul. Look for the remedy inside the pain, because the rose came from the thorn and the ruby came from a stone. Don't run away from grief, O soul. Look for the remedy inside the pain, because the rose came from the thorn and the ruby came from a stone. Yeah, so just allow those words to drop in. Very, very beautiful. And let's allow our awareness to drop deep in the body. Feeling into the points of contact between the body and the surface it's sitting upon or lying upon. And seeing if we can allow the body to really rest into this position. Not perching on top, but resting into the support. Yielding, settling, and allowing the body to be held and supported. We don't need to grip on in the body, the heart, the mind, but we can yield, settle, and receive the support. If you want to, you could take a deeper in-breath, and on the out-breath, releasing, settling a little bit more. Do that a few more times if you'd like to. Letting go of whatever we've just been doing, letting go of whatever's coming next. And then when you're ready, you can allow your breathing to find its own natural rhythm. Opening phase on the in-breath, subsiding phase on the out-breath. Having the hands supported. If we're sitting, you can have your hands in your lap, on the legs. Lying down, having the hands on the hips or the belly or the ribs, or else lying at the sides of the body upwards. It's completely up to you. Allowing the shoulders to rest into gravity and the arms to fall away from the shoulders. Hands supported. Arms resting in gravity. Feet, legs resting in gravity. If we're lying down, checking that we're allowing the weight of the head to be fully supported by the pillow or the cushion. If we're sitting, seeing if we can allow the head to be lightly poised on the top of the spine. Releasing through the base of the skull and yet openness in the throat. With sitting, we can explore a very interesting kind of balance where we allow the weight of the body to drop down, to rest, to yield. So the lower part of the body is very stable and grounded. And then out of that, we can allow poise, openness to arise in the upper part of the body. It's as if the spine floats up out of the pelvis. It can be release in the back of the body, in the front of the body. If you're lying down, looking for the equivalent of this, maybe there'll be a sense of dropping in through the back of the body and then openness and release in the front of the body. But as we let go of gripping, closing down and tension in the body, it's quite natural for a quality of spaciousness to arise without forcing or straining, completely effortless. Maybe getting a sense of vitalizing the body, heart, mind on the in-breath and releasing, settling, resting, letting go with each out-breath. If breathing is disturbing for you for any reason, you could choose to take your awareness into your hands or your feet or your buttocks on the chair or the bed to stabilize and ground. You could rest inside the movements and sensations of breathing lower in the body or in the back of the body. That can sometimes be calming. Now let's just check in to see if there's any uncomfortable feelings, maybe pain in the body, maybe there's an uncomfortable emotion or uncomfortable thoughts. And instead of shutting it out, let's invite it in very gently and tenderly. Invite it into our awareness. And if it's more emotional or mental, you could look for an echo in the body. Sometimes working with the body is a little more tangible, a little easier. There might be some tightness in the body. Inviting it in with tenderness, with care. Seeing if we can respond to our discomfort the way we would naturally respond to a loved one who was having this experience. And remember, we're not falling into it head first like the octopus on the face, metaphorically. It's more like we're just very, very gently letting it into our broad field of awareness. So it's there, and we're also aware of the whole body, of breathing, all the other sensations in the body. So really being curious about your experience. If you're a bit numb, a bit cut off, maybe denying your experience and coming a little closer. What are the precise sensations in the body? What is the emotion that's calling for attention? And every time you notice yourself moving into overwhelm, then choosing to broaden to the weight of the body, the support of the chair or the bed, the floor, the whole body, sounds, smells. Having a few moments now where I won't say anything, where you can just explore this in your own practice, in your own awareness. If you find it helpful, you could introduce a soothing quality into the breathing, soothing our pain or discomfort with the in-breath, soothing it with the out-breath. Just as the breathing is flowing, allowing our experience of discomfort to flow through the moments rather than rigidifying around it with our awareness. If we find it helpful, we could introduce the images from Rumi of the rose that comes from the thorn and the ruby that comes from the stone. So maybe as we do this practice, we're letting go of our strategies of resistance, overwhelm, pushing away. We're letting our experience in. Maybe there is even a sense of transformation taking place. Maybe an image of the rose, a feeling of the softness of the rose. Maybe that speaks to you, or maybe the beauty of the ruby that speaks to you. The rose in the heart, the ruby in the heart. Now let's let go of any effort whatsoever and just rest. Just sit if we're upright, just lie if we're lying down. Absorbing this practice. Feeling into our courage for being willing to do this deep work with our own minds. Now bring a tiny bit of movement into the body, fingers, toes maybe. Notice our thoughts, feelings as we begin to move. Notice any tendency to grip around the breathing. Tense the body, seeing if we can keep it all soft and fluid and open. In our own time coming into bigger movements. Again, just noticing what the body's calling for, and if you can give your body what it's calling for, then please do so. I always like to have a good stretch at the end. Good. Oh look, there we got Rocky, isn't it, Meg? Rocky. Good. Rocky's come to join us. Meg's dog. Yeah, so if you just want to slip away quietly, then by all means do so. And thank you so much for joining us. And we'll be here same time, same place next week. But we also often at the end, we have a bit of time where people say what happened in their practice, and I read it out because we've got people here who can't read the chat box, so we can all participate. And then we just finish when we're ready. So it's up to you whether you stay or whether you go. If you want to stay and share in the chat box what happened for you in that practice, that's interesting. So Peter said, thank you for the octopus removal. Lorian, that was lovely. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone. I'm so much more relaxed than I was. Also, my cat Tom says greetings. Hi Tom. Oh yeah, I can see Tom down there. Alan, thank you for the soothing and connecting time. Eileen, thank you. That was very helpful to help soften and to choose a more helpful strategy to work with my mind. Yeah, good. Adriana and Chile, thank you. Rachel, thank you. I feel very peaceful. Naomi, very fidgety, despite feeling exhausted. There was some integration though. Thank you. Yeah, that's so interesting, isn't it? How we can be exhausted and fidgety at the same time. It's so uncomfortable. But I'm glad there was some integration for you. Louisa, thank you. Vidyamala, I feel much more relaxed. Bronwyn, thank you. So helpful. Nikki, thank you, everyone. So relaxing. Jonathan, such pure and gentle guidance. Thanks. Screaming sciatica today. Pain shifted to another area. Interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting, isn't it? You know, what is this experience of pain that can feel so stuck and so solid and so static, but then you're explaining how it changed and went somewhere else. So interesting, so mysterious. Meg, thank you for a beautiful meditation. Feel very relaxed. Susan, my pain often feels like an octopus in a painful, gripping way. And I do have pain in my face. So to change the octopus to a more happy and fun image is so helpful. Thank you, Vijayamala. Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? If it's in your face, what's another image than an octopus? I don't know. But I think fun is very, very important because pain is by its nature so heavy, isn't it? So to bring humor and lightness in can be very helpful, you know, without trivializing, obviously. Helen, thank you so much, Vijayamala. I can really relate to those states. The challenge is to be able to bring the practice into daily life. But thanks to you, I'm getting better at it. It's really wonderful to hear. And that is the challenge, of course it is. And, you know, none of us get it right. It's more that the skill is to know when to back off and when to come closer. So to catch ourselves when we're falling into either the denial or the overwhelm, because I think most of us will be doing one or other of those most of the time. So the skill is to catch that movement rather than to think I'm just going to be in this perfect state all the time, because none of us are. Michelle, thank you. My cat joined in, but it's what I needed. We're both relaxed. Great. Sarah, thank you, Vijayamala. Realized how busy my mind is today. Physical feelings of emotion in my solar plexus and heart. Safe journey home. Thank you. Yeah. Caroline, thank you for a beautiful first session. Warm wishes. So really welcome, Caroline. I'm glad you found it helpful. Miriam, thank you very much. I feel comforted, soft, and warmed by the meditation. I really appreciated your introduction. It's good to be reminded that meditation is a dynamic process. Great visual cues. And then Susan enjoying Meg's doggy joining us. Oh, he's having a big yawn. Rocky. And Hazel, the poem was beautiful but made me feel very emotional. Yeah. Yeah, well, it is emotional. It is emotional to really sort of acknowledge pain and to be with our pain in this way. And Jacqueline, thank you. It's lovely to do a meditation with a group. Best wishes to everyone. I think maybe you were one of the other people whose first time it was today, so that's good. And Wendy, thank you for introducing me to this technique. I can relate to both states and found this very relaxing. Will definitely imagine the octopus on the face image if beginning to feel overwhelmed. Yeah, good. Good. All right then. Lovely. Well, thank you all so much for your engagement as always and bravery. You know, it's something I'm being really reflecting on recently, is how meditation is an incredible act of bravery, because we're willing to be with ourselves instead of all the myriad ways human beings have for avoiding that very act. And then we've got Yvonne. Hi, Vonnie. Yvonne is here too. Jeff. That's a mysterious message. I see. You're talking to someone out there called someone. Bonnie. Anyway, Lorian. Hello to Sona. Hello, Sona.
Hello.
Hello. He's saying. And Dorota. Thank you, Vijayamala and everyone. I liked imagining the rose and ruby. Made me feel more at ease with my pain. Looking for what's behind it. Yeah, that's beautiful. Good. All right, then. Let's leave it there. And if you want to unmute yourselves to say goodbye, please do so. And we'll see you next week. Lovely.
Thank you.
Before you go, Ollie, I think could you put the donation thing in the chat box if anyone would like to make a donation?
Oh yeah, it might take me a few seconds to find it.
Sorry, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just leave it this week. That's fine. Yeah, lovely. Okay, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Vijayamala.
Thanks, Vijayamala. Bye.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, yet again, I've forgotten to thank Ollie until there's only about 2 people left. Sorry, Ollie. Thank you, Ollie.
That's quite all right, everyone. See you next time as well.